thank you very much for taking out the time. And
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
I just tried to research a bit on you and figured out that you are an aeronautical engineer. Am I right? So,
Yes, correct.
so I think that you must have had an fascination for flying, or maybe you had a dream of becoming an astronaut, like maybe during your childhood.
Yeah, both. Everybody, when you're a child, you go through all these emotions, and you want to do something very extraordinary always. So that's how this started. But this is long back. This is like 3-4 decades ago. I mean, 3 decades before. So yeah, I moved on.
So, what is your for you? What is your life's meaning according to you?
Do well, contribute well, make sure that we are part of building the Bharat together, and we do our own bit, and keep working. As long as you live, keep working.
So, what are your interests or hobbies? Like, I think cricket is one of them, as you mentioned.
Cricket is one of them. Running, cycling, golf, and cricket.
So, did you like during your childhood or maybe even in your teenage, you tried to become a professional cricketer, or no? Like just
No, actually not.
No.
No, actually not. So not really. Not really. I wanted to become a professional cricketer or a sports person at all. I mean, to be very honest, that was not the. See, we are children of 80s, where career and everything used to be the priority for all of us those days. So this was a luxury to think of going into sports or anything else. So we were very career oriented. Yes, you play 1 hour a day or 2 hours a day, and the basic thing was always to come back and study. So like I said, like I told you, Arshit, it could be very boring interview.
No, sir. I think it is not boring. I think you were very focused right from your childhood, I guess, and you knew what is realistic. You were a very realistic person. You seem to be a very realistic person. I think that what could be achieved and what could not be, maybe. So
could have been, but it was not told to me to be realistic or to be very focused. It was just the way, and I'm sure my age, I'm 51 now. Everybody was probably similar. Everybody was, we had all very settled schedules. What time to get up. Parents would tell us to get up early in the morning, so we get up early in the morning. And I mean, finish the daily homework, study extra, go to bed at 9:30 every day. So this is how we were all growing. 80s children. Uh, we were all, I think, going like this. So it was no different unless. And then I come from a city of Kota, which was those days was smaller city, and it was not. I mean, we did not have too many things to do. And there was plenty to play, plenty of places to visit with friends. So that's what we used to do. We were a very happy childhood we had.
And Kota is kind of a epicenter for the IIT coaching, I guess. That would have been.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. When we were there, it used to be famous for Kota sarees and Kota stone, and then came in the studies, and now I hear in Bangalore of kachoris, it has become very famous, Kota kachoris. So yeah, but one thing or the other, yeah.
I kind of tried to research a bit, and 3 fears are the most common kind of fears that people generally have. First is the fear of being alone. Second one being the fear of failure, and third one is fear of death. So, sir, do you have any of these 3 fears? And if so, then how do you try to overcome these fears?
So being alone is never a fear. It's bliss. first of all. It gives you a lot of time to think, to introspect, and it's an opportunity. In a day, if you can spend a couple of hours being alone, it's fantastic. I mean, it's a bliss.
Solitude, basically.
Fear
I
of
think
failure,
solitude.
solitude. Yeah, solitude is not bad. It
Yes.
gives you plenty of time to think about everything, plan. And it's not the negatives only, right? Life is all about positives. So even when you're sitting alone, you're planning positive things going ahead. Or, and it's the way you look at it. Fear of failure is must. That gives you the way to think of succeeding, right? If there was no failure, there was no success, right? If if there was no down, there was no up.
Yes.
So
Everything is
fear
stable.
of failure is good. You prepare well. Uh, you prepare well. You are prepared very well, and you try and do everything that you should not fail, and you try and put in your 200%, 300%. You put in 48 hours in a day. So it's good. It helps you. Fear of failure. Fear of death is. I don't think anybody would be there in the world who would say that I don't fear death. Right. I mean, fear of death is, if I'm sitting in my room and if some noise comes, I go like this first. I don't want to die. A fan shouldn't fall on my head, right? So fear of death is natural. There's nothing that you can or anybody can do anything about it. It's even a dog has it, right? Everybody has fear of death. So I mean there's nothing to learn from it, or nothing to lose hope on it. Everybody's going to die. We have to die finally. So people have died before. So nobody's has lived forever. So it's a natural thing. The fear of death is not something you should be thinking every day. It's there imbibed in you, right? It's just it's very reactive in nature. So I think it's not something that you can do anything about it.
So could you please just narrate the AyuRythm story, kind of like right from when it was founded, or maybe even before that, because a lot of things happen even before one startup or a company is founded, then till now, and even if you are willing, then you can also share the future, like if you because yes, there are controllables and uncontrollables. So if uh, you everything was under your control, how would you really script the future story of AyuRythm? uh,
So let's go to the past first. So I'm a user. I'm a health gadget and all this user. 2007, I used to weigh a lot, 108 odd kgs. Then I reduced my weight about 35 kgs. And then from there, I started my journey of, being well or staying healthy and got into all these activities. So that was one of the major reasons that, why we started what we started, me, Ram and Sandeep. Ram is a biomedical engineer, so he's a subject matter expert. Sandeep is again health science data analyst. So and we were neighbors living in the same apartment complex. So minds matched, and we started discussing as to what we can do together. And Nadi Pariksha is something that was very intriguing. It's a very ancient Indian art of health assessment, or science of health assessment, which our rishis, munis, and sages used to do, and still people practice this, where they keep their three fingers on your radial artery for 30 seconds and can talk about your health, and many more other things. So we wanted to save this, make sure, and we wanted to bring this to the world, democratize the whole approach, that everybody can use this for their wellness, because Ayurveda gives you flexibility of for wellness specifically. That okay, fine, you're not interested in exercises, fine, you can control your diet. Or you're not interested in controlling your diet, okay, fine, do exercise. Not both, okay, there are herbs, okay, not herbs, okay, do meditation. There are so many things, so many choices you have for wellness in Ayurveda, which generally what happens is people have tendency to start something every year, first January, first week of January, they'll start, they'll join gyms and everything, and within a month or 2 months they drop out. So So that's because, anything which is rigorous in nature is not sustainable. But how do you stay on a strict diet, you know, for for a year or 2 years? Or how do you keep on running every day? How do you keep on cycling every day? Not possible, right? You can't sustain that. So Ayurveda gives you that flexibility. So we wanted to relate this wellness with this ancient science of health assessment and establish the evidence there, or the connect there, not the evidence. So we connected that. We were able to digitize the whole thing. It took us a lot of time in doing the research, digitizing the whole application. And then we launched about 2.5 years ago. We launched the app. Today we have 1 million downloads, and now we're branching out into different monetization schemes for Ayurveda. So creating personalized wellness plans, diet plans, disease management plans for people on subscription basis using the digital content and this tech that we have. Then we're also trying to solve the problem of the Ayurvedic doctors, where they don't have any measuring device, or affordable measuring device. See, today Western method doctors would have stethoscope or several other things like Ayurvedic doctors. Their assessment starts with the dosha. So we have created something called Sanaya Sahaj Nadi Yantra. So that then the same thing, today the entire Ayurvedic space or Ayurvedic product space, uh, Ayurveda is by nature is a personalized science. Ayurveda says that each one of us are different. Right? There is we have a different constitution, body constitution. But when it comes to the product space, everybody's selling the same thing. So it's the same product on the name of Ayurveda everybody's selling, but it is personalized science. It is as per your body type. So that's something that we're trying to create awareness. So we have created a product line for beauty and for personal care. We call it Rascience. The brand name is Rascience. We have hair care, we have face care, skin care, body care. For women, we have breast care, where it is after the assessment is done using the app, the product will be personalized to you as per your body type, and then you will have an app-driven experience. And this is a affordable product line. And you will have an app-driven experience whereby app will tell you 8 p.m. in the evening, hey, apply the hair oil you got from me. Next day morning, it will tell you wash your, rinse your hair with the shampoo that you bought from us. After 2 days, it will tell you apply the serum that you bought from us. So it sort of takes care of the scheduling, user scheduling, consumption scheduling there. So that's something that we're trying to create. So we're trying to bring Ayurveda with the help of digitization. And 70% of our users downloads that we have is coming from the age group of 15 to 40, which is very exciting for us, Gen Zs and millennials and all this. So we are also trying to sort of gamify the app, the solutioning, whereby we can impart some knowledge of Ayurveda in a day-to-day life of all these youngsters, when we have quizzes, different games in the app, and all those we try and do, so that we can give you some sort of knowledge about how the entire science, why people trusted this science for 5,000 and 5,000 odd years, and why people still keep it alive at our kitchens at homes, or our dadi nani ke nuskes and home remedies. Anything and everything that India does, or an Indian living in India does, is something is there to do with the Ayurveda. Food you're eating, into the masalas that have gone into your food, the ingredients in the food, the way it has been cooked. All of these things are Ayurvedic in nature. It is so much so that we don't even recognize that a lot of things that people tell us not to do this while sleeping, or when you wake up, don't do this. This is all Ayurveda. This is all this old science. That is so. This is we are trying to give a digital edge or a tool to promote this to the world. Ayurveda is now, by the way, is downloaded in more than 170 odd countries worldwide. And we work with the Google Play team, we work with Apple Design Accelerator, we are working with some big names, where we're trying to take the science everywhere. Just make the life simpler for everyone, whether you have the knowledge of it or not. This is the encyclopedia that we are creating. For future, what I what I want to do is to what I've already told you just now, that creating this, everybody should have a simple app. Now we developed a new technology because we know that younger generation, very difficult to keep them engaged, very difficult to ask them to take out the mobile phone and keep the finger on the camera for 30 seconds for the assessment and all. But you tell them 10 times in a day to take a selfie video, they would do that. So we have now further invented a technology, we call it Face Nadi, and you can take a 30 seconds video and your assessment will be done. This is cuff with what, and accordingly I can. So idea is to make it simpler for everyone to use Ayurveda, and of course yoga, which is symbiotic in relation. So that's the idea.
So, what are the challenges that you have faced in the past, your current challenges, and maybe the future challenges that you are going to face?
So for the startups, see, when you are doing some research, nobody's going to fund you. It's very difficult. Very few, especially in VC space, venture capital, very difficult to find the right kind of people who could actually invest their money and then wait for 5 years or 10 years to get their returns. So that's one challenge. So we've always had paucity of funds that stays even now, and I'm sure with the productization that we're doing, it should not be a problem going forward for us in future. And two is the conversion in terms of getting people, making it easier for people to understand what we're trying to do. Constant challenge of interface and experiences. How do I onboard you? I have two tests to be done. One is Prakriti assessment, one is Vikriti assessment. How do I teach you what is Prakriti assessment, Vikriti assessment? At the same time, I have to teach you Ayurveda also. Then the parameters that we're talking about, then the cuff what that we're talking about. So those are the challenges that we live with. We try and find different interfaces, different sort of experiences with people, so onboarding people. And in future, I think with the way the technology is moving forward, like I told you, we can do the camera-based analysis. Just imagine you walk into, so Patanjali has about 19-20,000 stores in the country today. So just imagine I create an experience where there is a big, huge tab in the Patanjali store. Today, when you walk in, everything is good inside. It's all natural, it's all herbal, everything, right? But you are still not comfortable picking up any product from that shop. Nor the guy who's standing at the counter is comfortable, giving you, because he's a franchise. He doesn't know, what's good for your body type. So what if there was a tab there or a big screen there with a camera? You walked in, and 30 seconds video was taken, and it tells you immediately, it displays that okay, these are the products that you can buy from here. Similar thing for food, similar thing for anything else, as per your body type. So that's the future that we look at. Large installations getting big into B2B space. So that's what we are looking at in the future.
So, sir, my last question to you, sir, is if you had the attention of the whole universe right now, what would you like to say to the whole universe?
Use AyuRythm. Use my app. You should do that same thing. Whichever product that you create, be honest to what you've created. Have 200% faith in what you've created. Be very clear that yes, this is going to benefit people in some way or the other. So my listing would be is to use Ayurveda. If I had to speak to the university.
One thing I really like about Ayurveda is that it really doesn't have any side effects, to be honest. Like other kind of medications have side effects along with them. So that is something. And even my parents also recommend me Ayurvedic medicines and all. Like so I use some medications for my brain, like to like improve memory and all. So yes, I also prefer to have, in case, although I try to like refrain from any kind of medications, but if I need, then I really trust Ayurveda only. So with this,
Yeah,
thank you
it's a good science.
Yes, sir.
good science of health, and if it is integrated with the main league of we are all allopathic followers right now. But if this can be mixed, integrated, then lives will be much better.
Yes.
It will be easier on people. Yeah.
Thank you very much again, sir, for taking out time, and
Thank you, Arshit. Wish you all the best.
my best wishes to you, sir, for future. Take care, sir.
Thank you so much, Arshit. Wishing you very best. Thank you. Bye-bye.